people don't understand the titles that the Lord has for the devil. Only soul, I want 3 cubes of ice. Show me the Paleo Hebrew where it means tent peg. No, the reality of it is. You tell us who the king of Babylon is? When they try to make it a nail now, you don't know a damn thing. That's what
Do you want the list or not? Do you want them to bring up the list or not?
Shit, and I'm a man, though. You want me to listen while he talk shit on the other side of my ear?
Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? When we step off in the room, you know we dropping bombs. Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? Cut masks, you bastards from the line. Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? When we step off in the room, you know we dropping bombs. Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? Cut masks, you bastards from the line. Every single word is getting scrutinized. Niggas mad we don't agree, but we still unified. Niggas claiming that we weak, but he won't catch a fade with them. Every time that we speak, you know your voice is raising them. Niggas know it's over for that. And every false source we'll never allow. Cause all you sucker niggas can get it. Put your death on Facebook, cause we posting it now. Then they claim we lack the decorum. Then we get mad and hit their ass with the 4-4. Tall Channel 4 and believe you've been forewarned. You know we stay keeping it gutter, but we bust they slick talk, they burst smoother than butter. I know when you look in, all you see is the wartime. It's a fight for our people cause their soul is online. For real? Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? When we step off in the room, you know we dropping bombs. Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? We cut masks, you bastards from the line. Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? When we step off in the room, you know we dropping bombs. Why you niggas mad with the Percepticons? We cut masks, you bastards from the line.
Yo, Elimination Chamber. We back as promised. Somebody going home tonight, man. Somebody going home, man. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody that's participating, you got your notepads, you got your pens, especially you judges, because it's gonna be a classic tonight, man. Both of these brothers have made it this far, but somebody got to go home before they get to the semifinals, the final 4. Somebody going home. So before we introduce the debaters, we're going to introduce the judges. I'm going to start off with Nehemiah. Introduce yourself to the panel and let us know what ideology you support.
All right. Shalom, Israel. Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
All right. Blessings, peace, love, light, and healing to everybody. I want to be truthful and forthcoming. I actually pertain a neutral position. I know we have been lied to. I can see it from both ways. Scientifically, I can see it the way. Biblically, I see it the way it's flat. And I can see it round. Scientifically, I see it both ways as well. So I actually hold a neutral position. I actually shared that with Jeremiah. And he said that there's actually a good perspective to be a judge. So I say, all praises, brother. It'd be an honor if you need me. I stand in the front line with you. So I don't have a specific position. So that's my truest self, being front and forward.
All right. When I say ideology, just say if you're Israelite, Christian, but we appreciate it.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
From an ideology perspective, I come from the perspective of an Israelite perspective. I believe in teachings of the master teacher, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach. I believe in the deepest teachings coming from the same Nazarene, Ebionite flip of the coin.
Okay, cool. Who we got next on stage? We got Brother Yawasab Ram. If you can just introduce yourself to the panel and your ideology.
Hey, shalom, brother Yahusat from the school of Ram Gadar Gabarium, meaning high exalted warriors in the Hebrew. Obviously, me saying that, I'm an Israelite. Appreciate this opportunity. I think this debate going to be very good.
All right, last and certainly not least, Ratchet Craig, introduce yourself to the panel and your ideology.
Yeah, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put a little ratchet in it. You know my ideology, I'm atheist. So I know God fairy dancing in my head. So I'm just coming here to see a good debate, man, and I want to see what it go bring, who go get rocked, man. That's what I'm looking for. Who go get rocked? Somebody go get knocked out today. That's what I'm looking at. So that's all.
All right. Ratchet Craig saying he's looking for Garcia. Who gonna be Garcia tonight?
For a good event, man.
Let's get it, man. Before we introduce the debaters, we do got an intro. Let's go ahead and play that and cue that up.
Precepticon.
It's the wrong one. My bad, y'all. Hold on. All right, so tonight's topic is the earth round or flat according to the Bible and scientific evidence. Both debaters agreed on 10 minutes each. The timekeeper will give you guys a 2-minute warning in each round. And after the presentation rounds are completed, you guys will get a 10-minute interrogation round, one each, right? So Iz will get a 10-minute interrogation round and James will get a 10-minute interrogation round. I just want to remind the debaters, the interrogation round is for you to pressure your opponent with questions. It's not to bring new information. It's not to have an extra presentation round or bring forth new evidence or anything to that effect. Just remember the interrogation rounds strictly are for you to get your questions and make your opponent answer those tough questions. So just remember that.
Who's coming with me?
It's the short shot. We the source now. Taking over the game, put it on padlock. With a better roster, sick as a plate of lobster. Let them niggas hate, but revenge will never stop us. It's a short shot. We the source now. Taking over the game, put it on padlock. With a better roster, sick as a plate of lobster. Let them niggas hate, but revenge will never stop us. Kill the cancer, you can call me a sick assassin. Cut the chains, you can call me LeBron James. Make a decision, but you never had me in derision. Change the vision, but mark them that cause division. For real? Never in submission like I need permission. Nah. Nigga steady telling lies like a politician. Nigga need to cool it down, but we the new addition. Yes. Yeah, the name is the source, check the reinvention. For real? You think we not prepared for the fallout? Watch us stack this information. Watch us...
CEO in the building. Jeremiah. Are you there? All right, we're going to introduce the debaters. The brother that's going to be arguing for the flat earth is Iz. Introduce yourself to the panel and the audience. Are you there, Iz?
Yeah, yo, Shalom. All praise to the Most High. First thing first, all praise to the Most High. Here to defend the truth of the Bible, real science, not science so falsely called, to represent the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the ideology that our ancestors held to, and not the ops. So that's what I'm here to do, man. Hope to put on an exciting match, but more than exciting, I hope to educate and inform my people of what's going on and the lies that the devil then laid out. So all praise to the Most High. Ready to get out.
Yes, sir. Can I be heard?
Crystal clear.
Yo, man. You know, the devil is the devil, man. Understand it, all right?
No, don't be blaming the devil for T-Mobile, nigga.
The devil responsible for everything, man. Understand that, man. Yo, man. Welcome, family. It's about to go down, man. This is about to be a good one, Joshua, right here, man. Much respect to the debaters. And I want to send a special shout out, man, to the judges, man. Listen, it's not easy, man, to facilitate this thing at the end of the day. But I want to send a special shout out to you brothers, man, for taking out the time to help us, man, as we look to make an impact in our community and educate, man, and inform and challenge social norms. All right, that's what we're here to do, man. So I just want to say I appreciate you brothers, man. Special shout out to the timekeeper, Sister Shy in the building. Say what's up to the family, sis.
Shalom, shalom. Good luck to everybody.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. All right, did you introduce James?
No, he's the last person to be introduced.
All right, no sweat.
Hey, James, introduce yourself to the panel and the audience.
Hey, shalom, everybody, man. I'm just ready to get this debate going, man. I want to make sure we put special emphasis on the title. It ain't like a science versus the Bible or anything like that. It says according to biblical and scientific evidence. Scientific evidence ain't the stuff that is make up in his head. It's according to what the scholars say. So I'm ready to go ahead and show this evidence and go ahead and put this to bed, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have we introduced the judges?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. So again, man, for the record, for those that are watching, man, listen, we here at The Source, we are not responsible for the judgments of the judges. We do not pick judges and then tell them who to pick. Okay, I want to put that out there. All right. We respect our judges. And we bring these brothers on so that they can deliberate on the information that is presented. This has nothing to do with their personal stance or what they believe. They are assessing the information that has been delivered. I want to make sure that everyone understand that, right? At the end of the day, the source is not responsible for who wins. All right. So yeah, man. So I want to put that out there for the family, man. Joshua, man, about to go down. Somebody is about to catch a body. One loss, and you out of here. Okay. And the winner of this debate tonight moves on to the final four. All right. So it's a very important and powerful match. Both of these brothers have battled and got a victory thus far in this tournament. Now it's time for them to show and prove again. And let me tell you something. Much respect to these brothers because I know it's going to be a high-level discussion. So I'm excited, Joshua. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, man. Somebody got to be Gervonta Davis. Somebody going to be Garcia. That's all I got to say, man. Hey, y'all better put it all on the court, man. Leave it all on the court. Listen. Y'all going to be judged on your performance, your presentation, the strength of your information. That's what the judges are here for. They're not here to pick sides or anything like that. It's strictly on how well you do, how well you're able to deliver the information. So just keep that in mind, man. Don't call my phone. That's all I got to say.
Right. That sounds like a new T-shirt right there, brother. Don't call my phone. Understand that. All right, man. You got the other track queued up. Did you play it already?
Yeah, I played that one first. That one first.
All right, no, let's go, man. Go time.
Also, if any of you judges get knocked out of the StreamYard, you can always go on YouTube and watch the YouTube just in case I have it, for backup. Who going first?
It's James, man. He missed his appointment last week, man. We want to hear what these so-called scientists.
He sounds scared. That's what it sounds like.
So-called scientists. Science so falsely called got to say.
I got seniority. I call you go first.
Man, seniority was missed last week, bro. You didn't show up to the parking lot.
Okay.
You needed more research time. Go ahead and show us what you learned.
So because I'm in the high school, you want to hold that against me, brother. I'm calling
seniority. Flip a coin, man. Let's see who goes first.
Flip a coin. It's 2023. Coin. It's 2023.
Hey, man, this man missed an appointment. mess my whole schedule up, everything.
Hey,
Don't get
hey,
off that,
you
James.
sure right, because I was in the hospital. Stop
Yeah,
making
yeah, yeah, man.
excuses.
Hey,
Stop
man. Hey, man.
crying, man. It's called
I
the
work,
hospital, bro. I
I
ain't here
work.
to argue.
Hey,
Hey,
you said, hey,
I ain't here to
I
argue
work
about
through a
this other
tummy ache
stuff. Can y'all
before.
take control and we
We're
progressing?
gonna flip the coin. We flipping a
Let's go.
coin.
Let's go.
Nigga like a female.
Hey
Man,
man, come on,
what?
man.
Nigga, you
Come on,
like a
let's
female? Nigga,
hold
my
up,
Hey,
hold
we
up.
don't want that energy. We don't
Hey,
want that energy, y'all. Hold on.
Hold on. Keep it honorable, y'all. Keep it honorable. Keep it honorable.
Kind.
we're
Yeah,
not
bro.
doing that, man. All right.
Yeah, chill with them insults.
All right, so flip the coin, Joshua, so we can get started, man.
Hey, who called it? James, you called it.
Yeah, he said head.
Heads.
All right, hold on.
I mean, it's gonna be fire up in here, boy. I'm ready now, boy. It's gonna be fire up here. I'm throwing a debate in multiple Hebrew groups.
All right, so let me see. Let's see. Make sure y'all know I'm flipping an actual coin right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm trying to show it on the thing on the camera. Can y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna flip.
Hey, that Hebrew definitely is a round earth head, boy.
Yeah, you know what side I'm on. Hold on. Hey, I'm about to show it. Can y'all see that?
Now, what is it? Tails.
Tails.
Get to work,
Yes.
James.
Another victory.
Get to
Another
work,
victory out the
James.
gate. Precepticons for the win.
Yeah.
Yup.
All right, let me cue up my slides. Hey, Jashu, can you share the screen on my other one? It should be sharing right now. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. All right, man. All right, forget it. Let's get round one going, man. All right. This is the Earth round or flat according to the Bible and science. Again, it's not one versus the other. Cherry picking, like some of these scholars do, where they sit there and say they love science until it conflicts with the Bible and what they believe. All right. I'm more on the side of Einstein, where I'm like, man, look, creation ain't against science, and science ain't against creation. Science is just the understanding of the mechanisms by which God created everything, according in my eyes. All right. So what does the Bible say? There's only really a few verses that I think even hint anywhere towards the shape of the earth in any fashion. One of them is Isaiah 40, 21 and 22. It says, have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Have it not been told from the beginning? Have ye not understanding from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as the tent to dwell in. As a tent to dwell in. The Hebrew word is kanug, which is found in Job 22 and 14, where in many Bible versions it is translated as a vault. Uh, that includes the New American Standard Bible version, where it says the clouds are hiding place for him so that he cannot see, and he walks on the vault of the heaven. Clearly, vault carries the sense of something three-dimensional and is given as the primary meaning of Chuck, and as is well known, and that's from the Brown Drivers
Pause
Briggs.
this time. Pause this time. Your slide's not moving. Your slide's not moving, James, if you can hear me.
I hear you, but it's moving on my screen. So, I mean, are you sharing my screen?
Yes, sir. Everybody can see it. You know, it's stuck on one stream. It's stuck on the first slide.
I mean, I'm looking at it on my screen, and I've got it on the third slide right now.
Yeah, it still says slide one. Is the earth round or
Okay,
flat?
let me stop sharing and try to share again. Maybe that'll do it.
Maybe you got another window. Did you go to present and another? There you go. There it is. You moved it. Now you're on the third slide.
All right, I took it off of full screen. Can you see it now?
Yeah, so that's the
Is it
problem.
moving? Oh no, it ain't moving while I got it on full screen. I got it.
Yeah, yeah. You got to share that full screen or whatever. There you go. There you go. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Continue this time.
All right, that was the end of this third slide that I was just reading just now. I appreciate you letting me know that it wasn't sharing. All right, we're going to move on to the next slide. What does the Bible say? Well, in order to know what the Bible say, we can't just go off how we read the Bible. We need to go and look in other languages and in ancient times and see how they were translating this word. Like in modern Hebrew, the word for spear is the exact same word that's used in Isaiah 40 and 22. Kug, and also Kadar, Galgal, and Mazal are other words that could be used to mean spear. In Arabic, another Shemitic language, Kura, which means ball, as is the word used in the Van Dyke Bostani Arabic Bible, published in 1865, to translate Chug in Isaiah. So we can see even in modern Hebrew language and in other Semitic languages that this points more towards they mean for a spear or a ball or something of that accordance. In the Hebrew, Latin, Polyglot Bible, edited by Benedictus Arius Montanus, um, and first printed in 1528, this uses the Latin word globus to translate the word. So we see that throughout many translations, throughout many centuries and many different languages, everything is hinting towards a global use of the word or an orb or something like that. All right. Next, we're going to look at some of the early Christian philosophers and even before Christianity, some philosophers, just to see what was going on in that time frame in the ancient times. So we can go to somebody that anybody who studies algebra would know, Pythagoras, the guy who was famous for the Pythagorean theorem. All right. Pythagoras, who was born in 495 BC and died in 570, born in 570 and died in 495, was an Ionian Greek philosopher. And the reason it's important to point out Ionian is because this was a place that the ancient Israelites had a colony on. It was known for Jews to frequent this area since the most ancient of times. So some of the philosophy should be exchanged through the exchange of language, because we know that the Greek got their alphabet from the Phoenician alphabet, which is the alphabet of the Israelites. Was an Ionian Greek philosopher and an eponymous founder of Pythagoreanism. His political and religious teachings were known as the Magna Graecia and influenced the philosophies of Plato, Aristotle, and among them the West in general. So when we're talking about one of the most ancient philosophers that had one of the most profound influences on philosophy, one of the things he's most famous for is advocating for the sphericity of the earth. Pythagoras was accredited with many mathematical and scientific discoveries, including the Pythagorean theorem, Pythagorean tuning, which is used to tune instruments, uh, the five regular solids, the theory of proportions, and the sphericity of the earth, the identity of the moon and the evening star as Venus. It was said that he is the first to be called a philosopher, a lover of wisdom, and he was the first to divide the globe into 5 climatic zones. So again, this is somebody in the ancient world. We're talking 6th century BCE, who was fully aware that the earth was a globe, and according to his mathematical formulations, he was able to show that the earth was a globe. All right, moving on. Eratosthenes of Cyrene. Uh, um, he was born in 276, lived to 195, was a Greek polymath, a mathematician, geographer, poet, astronomer, a musical theorist. He was a man of learning, becoming the chief librarian in the Library of Alexandria. Now, what's important about the Library of Alexandria was where it was all of the great books of the ancient Greek world were kept there. All of their different cartography from mapping out different lands and stuff, from all of that was kept there in that region. And so he was able to look at everything that they had and come up with a conclusion that the earth was not only round, but he was able to come up with the circumference of the earth, which I think is within 50 miles of the actual circumference that they come up with today. So he was very advanced for his time period as far as the mathematics was concerned. And he is best known for being the person, again, to calculate the circumference of the Earth, which he did by using extensive survey results. He had access in his role in the library in Alexandria. His calculation was remarkably accurate. He was also the first to calculate the Earth's axial tilt. In order for the Earth to tilt on its axle, it has to be some type of global shape, which was also proved to have remarkable accuracy. He was the first to create a global projection, so like a modern globe that you will see that you sit on your table, incorporating parallels and meridians based on the available geographic knowledge of his area. And the parallels and meridians are important because this lets you know that the Greeks were already making these type of markings that we see on maps today in the ancient world. Uh, Again, this is the what, 3rd century BC period. We haven't even gotten to the modern era yet. We know that it was being proliferated around that time period of a round Earth. All right. Again, what does the early Christian philosophers say? Let's go to some of the early Christian translations of the Bible.
2 minutes, 2-minute warning.
Thank you, sister. Let's go to some of the earliest Christian translations of the Bible. Not the earliest, but the early Latin ones. 16th century Latin ones, Bibles indicate that the medieval scholars understood the chug meant to the sphericity of the earth. They were in line with that. Saintus Pagnino translated it as sphera, which is sphere. Benedict Arias Montanus and Francis Vetable translated as globus in the 16th century. Then we come to the 17th century. Giovanni Diodati Bible was used globus. When you deal with the 18th century, the Dutch Hebraeus Cambrinus Vitringa used orbis. The more modern Spanish Jerusalem Bible uses orb, and the more modern Italian Reduta Bible uses globo. So this is something that's been for centuries. It's been accepted. More about what did the Bible say? Job 26. And I wouldn't necessarily do this, but it's important because the Greeks did. Job 26, it says, he that encompassed the waters with bounds until the day and night come to an end. The ancient Greeks actually used this right here verse as their argument for why the earth was a globe. The ancient Greeks also drew meridians and parallels, which I mentioned. They identified such areas as poles, equators, and the tropics. This spherical earth concept did not prevail. It was the Romans who came in later on because the Greeks was on it. They was pushing it, but the Romans came in with this Ptolemy stuff from Greece. I mean, not from Greece, from Egypt, pushing a flat earth. And they pushed that for the resurgence. But we know as science came and went forward, the spherical earth came back and retook dominance. If you are overlooking the ocean, the horizon appears to be a circle. And the circle on the horizon is described in Job 26 and 10. The circle on the face of the waters is one of the proofs that the Greeks used for the
And that
spherical
is
earth.
time. That is time.
All right. Pythagoras. It's over for thou. Joshua, what's up, man?
Man, he went to Bible believers. He went to Bible believers of yesterday, the Middle Ages, and he showed what they were saying, what they believe, the conclusion they came to. So I'm excited to see how my man is going to come back and you know what I'm saying, and throw some jabs in here, man. We need that Gervonta Davis energy, man. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man, because look, you know, it's not going to be easy. All right. So believe me, it's about to go down. Are you ready?
Let me share this screen. Share screen. All right, let me know when y'all get there.
Let's go.
Can y'all see it? I'm sharing the screen. Can y'all see it? What happened? All right. So, man, let me know when my time start. Flat Earth What we need to be understanding is not flat Earth versus globe. Like he said, it's Bible and scientific evidence. Okay. First thing, I want to show him something. This ain't right here. This is just a quick rebuttal to what he said, man. I don't know if he read the Bibles a lot, you know, but he said that word for the earth was over there for what's name could also be transspherical vault. I didn't see that in that definition when I looked. But just real quick, in the NIV, it says, and God said, let there be a vault between the waters to separate the water from the waters. You can't separate waters from waters like you trying to say above and beneath each other without something solid, bro. Okay, above and beneath each other. So I don't know how you missed that first off. All right, let's get to these slides. Can y'all see my screen? Can I be heard? Time. Let's go. All right, does YouTube help hide the truth? Is the information censored? Yes. Let's see. In late 2017, YouTube started putting controversial religious or supremacist content in limited state. So the videos are not monetized with advertising, and features such as comments and likes are turned off. Some videos appear behind a brief message saying the videos may be inappropriate or sensitive. Information being inappropriate or sensitive is ridiculous. Okay, so there's no need for that. YouTube provided only 3 examples of the type of videos that it would stop recommending. Those promoting a phony miracle cure like Dr. Sebi for a serious illness, ones claiming the earth is flat, and then false historic claims of September 11th. These types of videos are inappropriate and offensive. What in the world do the shape of the earth got going on that is so inappropriate and offensive? The company declined to provide more details on what of the videos would be classified as borderline. Okay, let's keep going. So what we're dealing with is scientism. This brother struggles with scientism because a scientist says something, he believes it. You know, secular historians said Jesus was white. I don't believe that either. Scientism, an excessive deference to claims made by scientists, or uncritical eagerness to accept any result described as scientific. Also includes the concept of a scientific ego. Only science has the right to describe the world around us. We can't use our common sense. We can't use the Bible in accordance with science for some reason, when I believe the Bible and real science agree. The fanatical egocentricity of scientism takes on many aspects of religious fundamentalism. You know, them overly religious zealot people? Yeah, that's how scientism is. Let's keep going. So what we have to realize is social norms are the cause of this. You have to fit in, so you believe what everybody else say. Well, I don't fit in because I believe what the Bible says, and I believe what real science proves. We're going to see that more and more, even from themselves. Okay. Some reason my stuff ain't going like my clips ain't working. All right. It says the geocentric model says that the earth is at the center, while the heliocentric model says the sun is at the center. You see these 2 photos of the globe earth? These are from NASA. These are official images, not photos, images. You notice how the earth is different. Look at that dark blue color over here, and then look at that light blue over here. But then, not only that, these are their official photos. Look at the size of America and the size of South America. So we got to cover what the flat earth is not. It's just to get that out your mind. The flat earth is not this disc right here you see. Also, the flat earth is not this plane with the water falling off. Also, it's not what they used to believe when they said it's the earth flat and they thought this idea up right here. No, it's not a CD either. Okay, so let's get into it. I hope my videos are playing. I hope I can still be heard. We're going to hear from Neil deGrasse Tyson. We calling him to the stand first, and we want you all to hear what he has to say on the topic.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It gets wider in the middle. So Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate, and officially it's an oval.
It's not a sphere. Well, all this sphere stuff, it's a sphere, sphericity over here, sphericity over there, sphericity over there. This guy, he's also a scientist, so they say, astrophysicist, and science communicator, studied at Harvard University, Texas Austin, Columbia University, and Princeton University. It's not a globe. Let's see what he says.
Spheroid.
Oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid.
Not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator, where it's like pear-shaped. So it turns out the pear-shaped.
Did you hear people laugh at him when he said pear-shaped?
Is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
That's interesting right there. That's interesting. So he believes the Earth looks like this picture right here on my screen, and it's okay because NASA doesn't have any official pictures. We see NASA try to play both sides. We're going to keep looking at it. Let's let somebody else who actually left the Earth. Let's see what he has to say. Next witness. Buzz Aldrin, astronaut.
Talk about this because this is fascinating. I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation.
Animation? See, and he believes everything Plato said. I don't believe. I need concrete evidence. Pythagoras failed because Pythagoras tried to place two sticks apart and he didn't know the proper distance. We're going to talk about that, though. Let's get another witness. You guys know this fellow right here. They take him pretty serious in the science community. Go ahead, Bill Nye. Tell the world what you got to say.
Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go. Now,
there's no place to go, James. You can't run. You can't go to Mars. See, the Bible is against it, and real science is too. And he just did a leak. You see, that's why YouTube want to hide this stuff, and that's why they take more and more evidence away. Well, let's look at what the ancients actually thought the Earth looked like. Right? Now that we see what that looks like, now this is what they actually thought. Can I still be seen and heard? I hope so. It say the flat Earth. The flat Earth.
Loud and clear.
Is quite simple in comparison to the globe Earth. The globe Earth is complex and don't make sense scientifically. The Earth beneath one's feet is immovable, just like the Bible says. Science and the Bible lining up. Stationary, just like the Bible says. A fixed plane, not a planet. You see, fixed, like the Bible says, right? It says, what the outermost edges of Antarctica with a dome overhead. If you can look at this, it says that this is the Alexander Gleason's map, right? And it was made in 1890.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
In 1892, and it is as it is. This is how the world looks. By the way, this is also familiar. You'll see this on the United Nations flag and in the White House. We got to get that through our head. If you look next to this picture, you look at this ancient Hebrew conception of the universe. Now, we all know the Hebrews was right. The ancient Hebrews were correct, okay? No matter what the Greeks came along later on and said, and the rest of the world follows a similar pattern. I'll show you that as well. Look what it says, ancient Hebrew conception of the earth to illustrate the creation account and the flood. You see the windows of heaven? This is how it happened. You see the waters below and the waters above? No big deal, see? Watch this. It says, illustrated from George L. Robinson, Leaders of Israel in New York, Associated Press, 1913. That's when this comes from, okay? This is what the ancient Israelites thought. What you're looking up over here is the first model on the Alexander Gleason's map. This is why Isaiah 42, as a rebuttal to him, this is why he said right here, he sits on the circle of the earth. You see up here on the side over here, that's the circle right there that you're looking down at with the red. And then this is a side view of it over here. The Bible's right, and it aligns with science. So what James wants us to believe is that we live in something like these goofy looking models. James believes, you see this picture right here, and I'm gonna get into some more history too. This picture right here, the ship, James believes if we go to Australia or South America, we're gonna be standing upside down. Gravity don't work like that. That don't make no sense. James also believes, see how these buildings are? James believes this is how they build buildings when no architects accounts in their buildings for the curvature of the earth. See, also water would be dripping down off of the earth. This don't make no sense. So we seen what it's not, we seen what it is, we heard what the modern scientists have to say about it. We're going to look into history.
That is time. Time.
Right on time, right on time.
Woo! Joshua, where you at, man? Yo.
Front center.
Look, we're going to look at what the ancient Greeks said. Or we going to look at what the ancient Hebrews said, bro. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
A brother came, he presented his case. He said, look, this right here, I got an image here saying it's flat underneath the dome. So he brought some illustrations, man. I'm ready to see this second round, though, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. James, are you ready, man? Get James back in the building. All right, family. Again, this is for the final four. Who the winner of this moves on to the final four for a closer shot at $500. This is what we're doing here at the Source. Elimination Chamber. It's going down. James, are you ready?
Yeah, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me blow it up a little bit more. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna get back to where I was. All right, I just want to get a source on that. That was biology and related scientific studies, Science in the Bible by Dr. Joanne Sloat Morton. All right, so next slide, man. All right, now that is a picture of the Earth from the moon's surface right there, as we can see right there in that image. And it looks like a globe to me. I don't know what the brother's coming from, talking about we ain't got no official pictures. In Job 26:10, it says he stretches out the north over the void and hangs the earth on nothing. And I think this image right here shows and proves that that is true, that the earth is hung upon nothing, man. All right, man. Let's get to this right here, because I think that brother just shot himself in the foot, brother. Because yeah, do you know what an oblate spheroid is, my dude? It's a sphere. It's a type of sphere, brother. All right, so what does the science say? It says the earth is not a perfect sphere, which I never said. Its shape is an oblate spheroid. So I agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Man, we on the same side. So I appreciate you playing him, because he explains it better than I ever could. I appreciate that, brother. This is just means that it flattens at the poles and it widens at the equator. Remember when he was saying it's a little bit, it bulges at the equator. Remember him saying that? Yes, brother. Makes it like a pear type shape. Thank you, brother. The earth bulges at the equator because of the centrifugal force during the rotation. Again, if the earth is rotating, it has to be some type of ball, brother. If it has spinning on axis, brother, it has to be some type of sphere, an oblate spheroid, like a spinning pizza. And mass pushes outward and flattens out along the axis of the rotation. All right. So that right there to the left is more of what the Earth looks like a pearish type shape, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said. And this is another astronaut, Alexei Leonov, who's been out. He said, "I believe I never knew that what the word round meant until I saw the Earth from space, brother. It's a round globe oblate spheroid, brother. Come on, man. I appreciate you, man." The Again, what does the science say? What other ways can we tell that the earth is a globe? The shadow of the earth on the moon during a lunar eclipse is always a dark circle that moves from one side of the moon to the other, partially grazing it during a partial eclipse. The only shape that casts a round shadow, no matter what direction it is pointed, is a sphere. And the ancient Greeks deduce that this must mean the earth was spherical. So this is another way the ancient Greeks knew this, because they're looking at the reflection of the earth on the moon. They're like, man, look, the only way that's possible, they go and doing their little experiments, is if it's a sphere, brother. Not if it's some flat surface. The effect would be produced by a disk that always faces the moon head on during an eclipse. But this is inconsistent with the fact that the moon is only rarely directly overhead during an eclipse. For each eclipse, the local surface of the Earth is pointed in a different direction. The shadow of the disk held at an angle is an oval, not a circle as is seen during an eclipse. The idea of the Earth being a disk is also inconsistent with the fact that a given lunar eclipse is only visible during from half of the Earth at a time, because if it was a flat surface, you should be able to see it from everywhere at one time. And this is from Rebecca Pollock, Ancient Myth Revised with Lunar Eclipse, University of Maryland. Next one. Aristotle also bolstered his belief in and around Earth with the observation that during lunar eclipses, the Earth's shadow on the surface of the sun is curved. Since this curved shape exists during all lunar eclipses, despite the fact that the Earth is rotating, Aristotle correctly intuited that the curved shadow that the Earth is curved all around, in other words, a sphere. The fact that some stars are only visible from either the north or southern poles must also mean that the two observation points are on opposite sides of the Earth, which is not possible if the Earth is a single-sided disk, but is possible for other shapes like a sphere or an oblate spheroid or a spear-type shape. Also for like a donut or a dumbbell. The North Pole is a continuous night for 6 months of the year. And the star Polaris, the North Star, is also directly overhead and is therefore at the center of its rotation. Some of the 88 modern constellations visible are Ursa Major, including the Big Dipper, Cassiopeia, and Andromeda. The other 6 of the year, the North Pole is in continuous daylight, and the light from the sun blotted out the stars. This phenomenon and analogous effect at the South Pole are what defines the two poles. More than 24 hours of continuous lights can only occur north of the Arctic Circle and south of the Antarctic Circle, and that can only happen if the Earth is a sphere, brother. At the South Pole, a completely different set of constellations are visible during the 6 months of continuous night, including Crux and Centaurus. Its 180-degree hemisphere, stars rotates clockwise once every 24 hours around a point directly overhead. Again, the only way that can happen is if it's spinning on a sphere and is directly overhead the axis. At any point on the equator, all of the stars visible anywhere on Earth on the day are visible at some time during the year as the sky rotates around a line drawn from due north to due south. When facing east, the stars visible from North Pole are on the left, and the stars visible from the South Pole are on the right. The directions are any intermediate point on Earth is faced can also be calculated by measuring the angles of the fixed stars and determining how much of the sky is visible. For example, New York City is at about 40 degrees north of the equator, and apparent motion is the sun blots out slightly different parts of the sky from day to day, but over the course of the entire year, it sees the dome of 180 degrees. For example, both Orion and the Big Dipper are visible during at least part of the year. Making stellar observations from a representative set of points across the Earth, combined with knowing the shortest on-ground distance between two given points, gives an approximate sphere that's only possible shape of the Earth. Moving on. On a flat Earth, a sun that shines in all directions would illuminate the entire surface at the same time, and all places would experience sunrise and sunset at the horizon and at the same time. With a spherical Earth, half the Earth would have day at any given time, and the other half would experience nighttime. When a given location on a spherical Earth is sunlight, its antidote, the location exactly opposite side of the Earth, is in darkness. The spherical shape of the Earth causes the sun to rise and set at different times in different places and in different locations.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
and different amounts of sun each day. And the science does not say this, brother, because if you can see the little sun that's right here, see how it beams of light just right there between North America and South America, a little bit in the Atlantic, up that wouldn't be possible for it to be like that. You wouldn't have day on half the earth and night on the other half. This only can work with a globe. All right, man, we're gonna skip over that part right there. Again, what does the science say? Jason Steffen, an assistant professor of physics and astronomy at University of Las Vegas, works in the field of exoplanets, planets that orbit distant stars, and has a history in the experimental studies of dark matter, dark energy, and gravity. For more than 10 years, Steffen was also a member of the science team for NASA, Kepler's mission. Remember the brother brought up NASA. Discoveries from that mission revolutionized our understanding of the planets and planetary systems, Steffen said. As such, he was able to break down reasons why the flat earth theory falls flat. Okay, so how do we know scientifically that the earth is a sphere? At a very basic level, we can see the earth's curvature through satellites that were launched into space. Additionally, through the use of high-powered telescopes, we've been able to examine planets both in our solar system and beyond, and all of them are spherical in shape. Next slide. There is a very deep and fundamental reason why the Earth is round. The force of gravity depends on the distance between two interacting objects, and the only three-dimensional object that can make a single distance is a sphere. We can measure the behavior of gravity in a laboratory with a variety of highly sensitive experiments. Moving on to the next one. This state of affairs, it started to change 2,500 years ago during the Iron Age, especially with the Greeks. And there are two primary reasons why the Greeks said that the Earth was round: lunar eclipses, which we went over already, and the star pattern, which we've
And
already
that is
talked about.
time. That is time.
Yo. Yeah, man. Look, I'm enjoying this, man. I see science is there's I don't know if it's science that's contradicting itself or a brother's perception of what the data is delivering, which is bringing forth a certain level of contradiction. But for me, it's very informative to see both perspectives, you understand, and see how this thing is unfolding. We up to the bottom half of round 2. Joshua, what's good?
Man, all I can say about that round is get your shine on, get your shine on, get your shine on, and niggas stop hating. Man, that brother said, look, explain light. That's basically what that round was. Explain light, refraction, explain how half the earth is dark and light at the same time. Hey, he presented an argument. So let's see what my brother Is got in his second round. Let's get it.
Yeah, definitely have to deal with that light dark. You know, and the earth is spinning, and that it's just logical. It makes perfect sense. Let's see. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Is my screen showing? We're going to easily deal with that. Light work. Hope my time is started. Hey, I want y'all to know that NASA makes it clear that, because my screen ain't being shared. Pause my time. Oh, my screen ain't being shared.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on.
There we go.
We don't see it.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. So it's clear that we show what it looks like. Excellent question. How in the world does light only show up? Simple. The sun is local, not far away. We're going to prove that as well. So just to talk about a quick few responses right here. You see right here, this picture over here? He said this was a real picture of the earth over here. If this is a real picture of the earth from the moon, first off, where the bottom per half at, right? And then where the rest of the stars? Hey, bro, this is a real photo. Where the stars? This is a quote from Mr. who has become known as Mr. Marble, Robert Simmons, data visualizer who works for NASA. He says it's photoshopped, but it has to be. That's just a quick rebuttal, man. Let's keep going. Now, he told us the earth is spinning. That's what he said, right? Now, how fast is the earth spinning? Because if it's getting wider, like he said, it's like an oblate spheroid the way you spin pizza. Well, as you spin pizza, it stretches out. And they don't spin the pizza with the toppings on there. They know they'll fly off. That destroys your oblate spheroid idea. If we got water on the globe and it's spinning, according to information, this information right here, and it's scientificamerican.com right there at the bottom, it says the surface of the earth moves at a speed of 460 kilometers per second, or roughly 1,000 miles per hour. Right now, at this very moment, according to the scientists, we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. I guess we just so small we don't feel it. Well, nobody feels it. The oceans don't feel it. Nothing feels it. Okay, where do we get the different models from, you all? Let's dig into a little history. Okay, Claudius Ptolemy was born in Egypt around 100 AD, before all the people he mentioned, right? He was a mathematician, geographer, astronomer, and produced several important ancient manuscripts. He died in 186 in Alexandria. The most important feature of Ptolemy's model was that the Earth was at the center of the geographic model of the universe. Ptolemy's tables were so effective at predicting positions in the night sky that they were used to prepare astronomical and astrological charts for over 1,500 years. That's evidence. Not guesses, evidence. 1,500 years worth of hard facts. It wasn't until 1543 that Polish astronomer Nicholas Copernicus proposed a revised model, putting the sun at the center, the heliocentric model. That's what he believes. Okay, let's keep going. So who is Copernicus, right? This guy, he grew up in church, and his parents died, and he was given the best education of the day. So of the day was so far what he would have been working with, more than likely, and to get accurate understandings is Ptolemy's example. So then it says, sometime between 1508 and 1514, Copernicus wrote a short astronomical treatise called the Commentarios, or Little Commentary, which laid the basis for his sun-centered or heliocentric theory. It's a theory because it's never been proved. You see this little picture moving up here? This is what they did. They took the example that I gave earlier of the Alexander's Gleason's map, and they stretched it out over a globe. And say, see, it's a globe. None of the water's falling off, though. And see, that's why Antarctica looks like that, and not like the Bible and scientists actually describes. The basis for the sun-centered heliocentric theory. A radical departure from the conventional wisdom of his era. The work was not published in his lifetime. Okay, so then listen to this. For Copernicus, his heliocentric theory was by no means a watershed. It means it wasn't good, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't right, like he's trying to say those other guys are doing. For it created as many problems as it solved. For instance, heavy objects were always assumed to fall to the ground because the Earth was at the center of the universe. Why would they do so in a sun-centered system if gravity, the bigger the object, is what draws everything in it? When you drop an apple, it should fall towards the sun. That's why the globe Earth don't make no sense. Neither did Copernicus. Because of these problems and others, Copernicus delayed publication of his major astronomical work, right, on the revolutions of the heavenly spheres nearly all his life. He didn't want to put this information out in his lifetime. He was so ashamed of it. Completed around 1530, it was not published until 1543, the year after his death. Well, who furthered Copernicus's work? James. That's who. James want to keep forcing this lie out that don't line up with science. He will never be able to explain how water sticks to a ball. Galileo was punished for agreeing with Copernicus. That's how horrific the idea of a globe Earth was. Copernicus dedicated his book to the Pope, but the Catholic Church repudiated or rejected it after decades after it was published, placing on the index of prohibited books, pending a revision in 1616. A few years later, the church ended the ban after editing the text to present Copernicus's view as wholly hypothetical. See, he's another one perpetuating the globe Earth, and they still saying it's hypothetical, and it still hasn't been proven till today. In 1633, 90 years after Copernicus's death, the church convicted astronomer Galileo of strong suspicion of heresy for espousing Copernicus's theory of heliocentrism. After a day in prison, Galileo spent the rest of his life under house arrest. Want to come out and play, Galileo? Nope, I can't. Let's keep going. After the eye of the Catholic Church stating the earth orbited the sun, Galileo was put on trial in the Inquisition of Rome. Listen to this. To avoid being burned at the stake. He ain't like that elder in Maccabees. The 69-year-old was forced to renounce his belief in a heliocentric model of the universe. See, these guys will lie until they force with hard questions. And this is why it never caught up until this age when the lies started. Let's keep going. All right. The scientific method disproves heliocentrism, globe Earth immediately. The scientific method states, real science says, it says, establish the problem of questions. First step must be observable. Must be observable, not guessable, observable. So who observed the center of the earth is the question. See, it must be measurable and repeatable. So in order for him to believe the globe earth, and you notice that picture he put up, it was a big old lump in the moon in the earth. I guess that was a real photo too, with the thermodynamics looking at it. Yeah, man, stop the cap. No stars nowhere. The inner part of the earth, in order for somebody to say that there's a core in the center of the earth, somebody has visited it, and then it becomes scientific. Other than that, it's just a theory, and that's what Galileo got put on house arrest for, right? Hey, what's the name of the scientist who journeyed there? All he talking about is more theories and more theories. Did they repeat it? If they didn't do these steps, it's not real science. Okay, now that we dealt with that, right? Let's go on to see how
2 minute warning. 2
okay?
minutes.
Okay, so when we're looking at things like across large distances, we have something called the curvature of the earth, right? Y'all can see my picture. Right here, this is a picture taken by Joshua Nowicki, experimentist. He says Joshua Nowicki photographed this picture taken from Stevensville, Michigan, over here where the red dot is, right? And he shot the picture with an excellent camera all the way over to the Chicago skyline, which is about 54 miles away, right? There should have been the earth should have lost like 2,055 feet of curvature between him and Chicago. That's a great distance. This is testable. Why can he see this from over here directly in line of eyesight? And also, you notice at this picture right here, y'all see me moving my mouse, it's not curved. Why is it not curved? This is not a curved horizon. It's a horizon, a horizontal line. That's why. See, it should have been all this curvature right here. The earth should have been in his way. And this is common all over the earth, everywhere you go. In flat areas, you can do this for days and days and days, scientifically repeatable. Let's go to the next one. All right. What's the true distance of the sun? Must be repeatable, observable, and measurable, right? So my question is, what's the true distance of the sun? Aristocratus said it was 4.5 million. Tyche said 5 million. Johannes said 15 million miles. Giovanni said 87 million miles. Then later, Captain James Cook said it's 95 million, and the modern miles is 93 million. Listen, if we're honest, there's no correct measurement of the sun's distance from the earth, like there were no stars in his picture, his real picture. The stars decided to hide out for a day. Step 3, it must be repeatable. Why is that doing real science is the different measurements for the same distance? Don't make no sense. I yield.
Galileo, you want to come out and play? No. You want some of this too, old man? No. Yo, that Chicago skyline picture was hard body, man. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. Got to deal with these curvatures, man. Right? Dealing with these skylines. Listen, man. Do me a favor, family. For those that are watching, man, hit the like button, man. Give us a thumbs up, man, as we continue to try to share this tournament. Get it out to the people. That helps us out a lot. Hit the like button, family. All right? Hit the like button. Joshu, this. I knew this was gonna be a good one, Joshu. I knew this was gonna be a good one. I'm getting text messages from all over. Brothers and sisters are saying this is a powerful debate, man.
Hey, Iz whipped out the lab coat and said, Bill Nye, the science guy. He said, what a scientific method is, man. This got to be observable, repeatable. The brother busted out the scientific method, took us to 7th grade science class, man. He said, listen, you need to apply these principles. So where they at, James?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bottom of the second.
We're at the top of the third.
No, this is the bottom of the second. Wait, this is the bottom of the second, ain't it?
No, top of the third.
Top of the third. Top of the third. Top of the third. Okay.
Top of the line, Brian's Carlos Rossi. I drinks it all the time. It's so all right. Let's go, man. Let's go.
All right, man. Right now I'm just gonna go through some of the stuff he did, man, from first round and second round. That was crazy. He started off the first round by trying to use YouTube videos for sources, man. I don't know where this dude coming from, but over here in the source, man, we get verifiable sources from peer review. Then the only secular scientist the dude brought on, which was Neil deGrasse Tyson, he agrees with me that the Earth is an oblique spheroid, that it is a sphere, brother. It is a circle. It ain't no flat surface. He don't even agree with you. So why you bringing out scholars that don't even agree with you? Then this man gonna show you a picture talking about, hey, this the picture that the ancient Hebrews, this is what they thought the earth looked like. And guess how old the picture is? It go back to 1913. I don't know no ancient Hebrews that was living in 1913. But I know ancient Hebrews that was living in 600 BCE when Pythagoras was around. I know ancient Hebrews that was living in the 1st century with the ones I was bringing out. But him, he bringing out people in present day Israel talking about them ancient Israelite scholars and stuff. Man, shut up, man. You tripping. Let's see. Then he's asking why isn't people and water and everything falling off the earth? There's a simple force called gravity, brother. We all learned this in elementary school, matter of fact. That because the earth is such a massive object that smaller objects are attracted to it. Okay, that's how it works. Then he was saying that he was using Ptolemaic scholars like that was so old. Ptolemy was one of the generals of Alexander the Great, so you definitely ain't going no earlier than 300 BCEs. I brought you people before that time period and during that time period, again, pointing to Pythagoras, way before that, who already was showing that they had the concept of a round earth, bro. You tripping. Then he brought up Galileo, talking about, because they threatened to kill him, he recanted. Bro, this ain't a religious conviction that he had, bro. He wasn't sitting there, they telling him they gonna burn him or something if he don't believe in Christ or nothing like that. The dude would just said, hey, forget it. This is math. This science. I'm not finna die over that. It ain't nothing to deal with his eternal soul, brother. So the fact he recanted that means nothing. But the fact that modern science went on to be built off of his writings while he was locked up, defending and proving out his position, that right there is something no one can argue against. So you failed again. You brought up two things that actually go into my favor. Then so far, really, if we look at everything you've been doing, all you've been doing is making claims and insinuations. You ain't brought out no secular scientists that came out talking about the earth was flat. You ain't brought out no early Christians, Judaic writers coming out in their writings saying the earth is flat. You just making claims based on what you believe. All right? But I'm going back off the history of thought on the subject. And that's what you're supposed to do, man. But now let me go ahead and move into my presentation. The only thing I want to highlight from this is that artillery gunners must correct for the rotation of the earth when they fire shells. So if it got something to deal with the military, it's something serious. Also, that hurricanes and most tornadoes rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere, but in the southern hemisphere, they rotate clockwise, which can only happen if the earth is a sphere. What is he getting wrong? He only brought up like 1 or 2 verses from the Bible. After that, he went into full freestyle mode. But is what he's getting wrong is something called biblical phenomenological language, and it's language that is used descriptive of the ways things look from one's perspective, and not necessarily saying that this is a precise scientific fact. An example of it is like a sunset. Like if you try and explain a sunset to somebody, uh, trying to break it down in some scientific details and making a long drawn out, hour-long diatribe about, scientifically explaining how this the sun sets, you can just say, well, the sun travels across the sky and disappears over the horizon. That you're just explaining what you see. You ain't trying to explain anything scientific about it. And that's the way a lot of this ancient literature was written. Also, you have idioms, which is where the words established by usage is having a meaning, and it has nothing to do with the actual words themselves. Like when you say it's raining cats and dogs, or someone can now see the light. You're not meaning that literally. That just has a colloquial euphemism that everyone can relate to in that environment. All right. Also, a lot of stuff that when it comes to the Bible that they use, it really comes down to 3 categories for me. It's the non sequitur category, the ambiguous language category, and them completely misreading ancient languages because of their modern mindset. Non-secular things would be like the earth was created before the sun in Genesis 1, which the brother didn't bring out, or that the universe is complete, not expanding, which he didn't again bring. He didn't really seem to go into the Bible too much for Mr. Thus saith the Lord. Got me confused. Saying like the earth measurements are unknown, the earthquakes shake the earth and it doesn't move, which was something that the brother brought out, that the earth doesn't move, things that we find like in Isaiah 13:13, Revelation 6:12-13. Why can't earthquakes shake around Earth? Indeed, it explained here. Seismology, which is a field of study, has provided even more evidence for a spherical Earth. Seismology is the study of earthquakes. Here, they try to get around the problem of the unmoving Earth and also shake. So pretty much, they're proposing seismology, which is, again, the study of earthquake, gives enough evidence, again, that all points towards a spherical Earth. The earth is fixed. Again, we went over that part. The sun moves, not the earth, which is a bunch of verses. But again, this is non sequitur because none of that type of stuff proves anything about what shape the earth is. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff that they take out of context to try to push their agenda. And the other one is ambiguous language. Again, where it says earth is a disc and not a ball, like when they try to point to Isaiah and say that. But again, I've already shown that the Hebrew lexicon uses vault, which the brother said that it didn't say it, then went and turned right around and started yelling vault, 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 which was my whole point in bringing it out, that a vault is a 3-dimensional object, is not a flat surface. There's no flat surface vaults. 3-dimensional objects have vaults. And again, the Brown Drivers Briggs says that is a 3-dimensional object. A circular 3-dimensional object is a sphere, bro. Again, the modern Hebrew, which I brought out earlier, that even the word used in Isaiah 22 in modern Hebrew is still translated as sphere. And the word kura, which is used in the Arabic translation of Isaiah 40 and 22, also is the word for sphere. I showed that in 1528 that the Latin scholars were also using globus to denote a sphere. So it's, I mean, again, I'm showing continuity throughout biblical literature for thousands of years of it being a sphere. Ambiguous language, like the earth being measured. Again, he didn't go into a lot of this, so I'm just going to get past it.
2-minute warning, 2 minutes.
Thank you. Again, verses like the earth has a face. I'm only bringing that up because I don't know if he knew, but faces are attached to heads, which are round and are spherical in shape. Again, waters have a face. The waters are attached to earth, and earth, if it's being likened to a face, that's a round spherical shape. But again, this language isn't trying to denote these things. They just take it out of context to try to push their agenda. The earth has ends, like they will say, the ends of the earth and things like that. They'll go to different verses throughout the scriptures. There's a ton of them he can go to, and there in those verses, what the earth is just means is the land, where the actual land ends, because we know that the earth is used in many different forms throughout the Bible, and in most of those verses, it's clear that they're talking about shorelines. And even without that, spherical earth would not be confirmed or denied through these verses alone. Again, ambiguous language, like the earth has corners, like Isaiah 11 and Revelation 7, but we know that those are talking about the four cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. He pointed out this firmament and this push for the firmament and the vault, and he's seeing it like a dome that we can find throughout many verses. And the word firmament that's used there is actually to speak on an expanse. You know, the Bible talks about how he stretches out the firmament. And then for the last one, I want to emphasize this part, because I used to literally do this for a living for 4 years straight. I used to stand on the top of a ship as a lookout. All right, every night, at least 6 days out of the week. And the way that we knew the distance.
That is time. That is time.
Yo. Shout out to the timekeeper, man. She's doing a great job, man. Shout out to the timekeeper, man. All praise and glory, man.
He's so special. Right. Thank you.
So look, man, I hope you judges are paying attention, man. I hope y'all paying attention, because the information that's coming out is powerful, and it could go over your head. So I pray that you're receiving the information. Powerful closing round from Brother James. We're going to see if Iz has the testicular fortitude to put the nail in the coffin. Right? Let's see if he can bring it on home. Joshua, what's good?
Man, that round right there, man. He presented some things. There that need to be considered, and I hope Iz is ready to counter, because there was a lot coming out in that round. A lot of biblical verses brought out in that round, and addressing certain meanings, idioms, idiomatic speech. He brought out a lot, man. So I'm interested to see is this final round. Let's get it, Iz. Where you at, brother?
Yo! That nigga's out of ammo. That nigga ain't got no more bullets. That nigga's out of ammo. Let me present this. Let me share the screen. It's already up? Okay. That nigga ain't got no ammo. He was out of ammo. That nigga didn't do nothing but show a whole bunch of verses. He didn't break them down. He thought I was going to have to use all that stuff. James, I appreciate you doing most of my work. James Slide said the earth has ends. Where's the ends on the globe? He steady trying to say that circle. I read that verse in the NIV and it said vault. A vault is something solid, James. It's called a firmament. Okay? What's wrong with this nigga, man? What's wrong with him? He talked about Polaris. Let's keep going. I want to get to these slides, man. All right. Listen, the Giza pyramids align perfectly with the sun movement of the sun. I can't believe this nigga blew around like this. They are seamlessly positioned with the celestial vault. A vault is a firmament, something that's solid. Solid. Listen. So why are they aligned perfectly every year? He spoke of Polaris. Polaris is the same for thousands of years. The stars have not changed their positions. James believes we're moving through something like this. Though there's no evidence, James has not provided any scientific evidence. I showed you all the scientific method. James showed y'all a picture without stars, and he showed you a bunch of men who ain't never had the capability to measure the sun to the earth. So these dudes are lying. He didn't even give y'all the formulas. James don't know nothing about science. Let's look at some people right here. This right here, obviously, is Albert Einstein. And he had something to say in Physics Today, August 1982, page 46. He said it's not easy to talk about the theory of relativity. There were so many hidden complexities, and I'm gonna skip down. They say, while I was thinking of this problem in my student years, I came to know the strange result of Michelson's experiment. Michelson's experiment is Michael Morley experiment when they was trying to measure the movement of the ether, right? Watch this. Soon I came to the conclusion that our idea about the motion of the earth with respect to the ether is incorrect. They're incorrect according to a science, repeatable, testable, observable experiment. It says, if we admit Michael's null result, which did not prove the movement of the earth, as a fact, he said, if we yield to that, y'all know brothers don't like to yield, but if they do, he said, this was the first path which led me to the special theory of special relativity. He got cut. Albert Einstein got cut by the Michelson-Morley experiment, and he lied for the rest of his life. Since then, I have come to believe that the motion of the earth cannot be detected. Top scholar, right? Cannot be detected. And yes, I use Neil Tyson because he destroys your argument. I loved it. I loved it. It says this. It say cannot be detected by any optical experiment. Listen to what he says, though the earth is revolving around the sun. So even though he got cut and he said the science don't back him up, he still made a faith-based claim, scientism, what I started off with originally. So Einstein Cassel admits the motion of the earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment. No science. Let's see what else NASA has to say. This nigga's out of ammo. Watch this. NASA plays both sides. I told you, dude said the images was fake. James put a fake image up with no stars and said this is a real picture. Stop the cap. NASA technical paper 2768, December 1987. It states clearly right here in the highlighted yellow portion, the rigid, and this is for the user's manual for a linear Fortran. It says a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Thank you, NASA. Let's see if it lined up with scripture. James had 1 million scriptures on his page, didn't read none. The 6 I read is more than what James brought out. Psalms 93:1 line up with NASA. The Lord reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he had girded himself. The world established that it cannot be moved. Appreciate you, NASA. Appreciate you, Bible. Let's keep going. Let's see what NASA got to say again. And by the way, this nigga James is wrong. I did 9.5 years, 10 years in the military, and I was a 91 Fox weapons specialist. Fixed all the weapons, right? And guess what? In none of the weapons, and I did 3 deployments, in none of the weapon firings do we ever account for the rotation of the earth. James ain't got not one source that say that, but I got a U.S. Marine source that say that. Listen, this is the next NASA publication. It says, this is the report documentation page. Listen, this report is the derivation definition of a linear aircraft model of a rigid, constant mass flying over, watch this, a flat, non-rotating earth. James, you don't like that science. Let's see if you like this Bible. 1 Chronicles 16:30. For before him, all the earth, the world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. Science and the Bible lining up again, Jack. It's over for you. You wasted that round. Listen, NASA contract report 3073, December 1978. This is their report, their readings. Listen, look at the yellow part. It says, because I ain't got time to read all of it, in the literal two-dimensional deal, only with vertically varying horizontal, told you horizontal, not curved horizontal winds, i.e. having a component parallel to the flat earth only. Why is NASA talking about a flat earth? Blow all that trash out the water, he said. Psalms 104:5 says, who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever. NASA is science. This is Bible. They agreeing. Let's keep going. Look at these other sources right here. Over a flat, non-rotating earth, again from NASA. Over a flat earth are presented, again with NASA. A flat earth are presented. Look at 7 page, this another article. Over a flat, non-rotating earth, again from NASA. Watch this. The helicopter in respect to the body acts respect to a flat, non-rotating earth. NASA is killing this nigga. This is your NASA, nigga. It says a model frequently used over here. This is for the listen. This is for the U.S. Marines. He talking about with the military. This right here says no mention of Coriolis in the U.S. Marine Sniper Manual. That's long range shooting. Why they ain't equating the rotation of the Earth in these long range snipers? And I done shot some of these weapons. Listen. A flat model frequently used that is a flat non-rotating Earth. It's over for thou. It's over for thou. Let's keep going, man. This is that Polaris he was talking about. This is it speeded up. These are the same patterns we see everywhere, all over the Earth. You can see this from different angles all over the Earth. Let's keep going. More images of his Earth. Look, I thought the last one was a real image. Here go another one that's fake. I guess this one real too. Is the Earth this color blue or this color blue, or is it flat? Let's keep going. More science. Listen. James brought out all the scriptures for me. This nigga did me good. I don't know what this nigga was talking about. This nigga tripped. Listen, we're going to deal with buoyancy. I said at the beginning, buoyancy is why things float, not gravity. Buoyancy, not gravity. You see how this ship float? That's called buoyancy. But if you take the same object, solidify it, drop it in the water, the object becomes more dense than the water, therefore it sinks. That's real science. Next up,
2 minutes.
Next up, helium blooms. He said gravity. This man ain't got no information that gravity is a proven scientific fact. It's only a theory like what James believes. Listen, right here, these helium blooms, why they defeating gravity? Why? Because that's not gravity. That's called buoyancy. HowThingsWorks.com says helium blooms also work by the law of buoyancy. This is what James believes, man. Why? Because gravity is magic. It's holding the whole world on the underside of the world upside down. Shout out to my brethren, the Israelites down there in South America who upside down for me right now. But stop the cap. Stop the cap, man. Like he said, Genesis 1:1 kills him. Does it agree with science? Science says the sun was here before the earth. The Bible says, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. It don't get to the fourth day that God created the sun, destroys James. That nigga ran out of ammo. Look at this right here. All the ancients. Let me keep going. This is the model again. Let me keep going. Somebody said, how does it work? How does what's the name work? Here you go, right here, family, for the audience. You see how the sun, this is what the my flat earth model teaches on the geocentric. See how the sun is moving around the top of the earth right here? Over it. This is an overview. Sometimes the sun catches up with the moon, and the moon passes in front of the sun, thus creating your eclipse. That's scientific, James. It's over for thou. It is over for thou. Look at the bottom of the globe. Look what it says. Not for educational purposes. James, why you let these globes educate you? Here we go again. Better homes and going. Globes not meant for educational purposes. Over here, globes not meant for education. Every time you see a globe, it lets you know it's not for educational purposes. This right here is the Webster's Dictionary on the firmament. It says the vault or arch of the sky. Listen, of the crystalline heavens. Job 38:7 is crystalline as glass. Job 38 says, how has God spread out the sky? Which is strong and most as a looking glass. Science and the Bible agree. Look, nigga.
Woo!
Wrong with this nigga.
Okay. Yo, Joshua. Okay. Precepticons in the building. Okay.
He turned up.
This, man. Now listen, that sun passing in front of the moon to create the eclipse answers a lot of questions. I've seen some people in the comment section asking about that and saying that was a good point. Whether you agree with it or not, that was a great point, right? Excellent round is we about to transition, man. But before we do, man, let me say this. Before I say this, Joshua, you want to make a comment on the round?
Oh yeah. Your boy turned up, man. He turned all the way. He was on 10 the whole time, man. Your boy is a debater, man. I give him that, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I knew this was gonna be a good one, man. I knew it was gonna be a good one. I said it in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm getting even more comments. People are saying that they're enjoying this information, man. Powerful scholastic information. A clash of titans truly is what's going on, man. So let me put this out there for those that are watching, right? As we move on in the tournament, we're going to be transitioning into the final four, itching ever closer to the championship match. If you got some things you want to advertise or you want to put out there for the people, you got a business that you want to share, something that you want to promote, a show, an event, something coming up, listen, reach out to us, man. We're here to serve. We're here to serve. Right now, man, as we transition into the question and answer segment, right? This is halftime for us here at The Source. So I want to take a moment to send a shout out to my sister Lala Music. You all got to see her last debate that we had on our collaboration on When We're All Together. This sister is an award-winning artist, multiple awards. She's involved in the Israelite community. She shows up at red carpet events with her fringes on, representing the nation, the Most High in Christ. If you want to support anybody, this is a sister to go out and support. All right. She stands for our people. She has a tremendous love for our people, and she's operating in the spirit of love, man. So I want to send a special shout out to my sister, Lala Music. And we're going to present a song from her right now, her latest song. And I hope you all enjoy. Go to her channel, subscribe, like, and comment. Get to know this sister. All right. She's powerful in the community, again, and she's active in the community, doing community works, development, livestock, crops, and crops and growth. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to her husband. They're doing a lot of work down in Dallas, man. So this is somebody that you all should go and support. Joshua, you got that video queued?
Yep, it should be on the stream.
All right, all praise and glory again, man. Get to know your sister, man. Show your love, man. True music on the rise. Let's go.
Lala, almost done with your hair.
Ready?
Yes, dear.
The kids at school say I can't be a singer when I grow up.
Lala, don't you let anyone dim your light. The Most High going to use you. I can see.
You're right, Granny. I will be a singer when I grow up.
Yes.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Do my life, won't let you do my life. Do my life, no, 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 no. Do my life, won't let you do my life. Do my life, no, 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 no. When I step out on the scene, I've been living righteously. They can't never stop me from out shining so brightly. 'Cause I got the Father. He is my Abba. There is no other. In my life, in my life, in my life. No, 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 no. In my life, in my life, in my life, no, 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 no. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Nothing I do is the same. Look at me changing the game. Even the way that I praise him. Now put some respect on my name, yeah. 'Cause I got the Father. He is my Abba. There is no other. In my life, won't let you do my life. In my life, no, 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 no. In my life, won't let you do my life. In my life, in my life, no, no, no. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Nothing to do with a lane. Look at me changing the name. Even the way that I praise. I put some respect on my name. Nothing to do with the lane. Look at me changing the game. Even the way that I praise. I put some respect on my name. Nothing to do with the lane. Look at me changing the game. Even the way that I praise. I put some respect on my name.
Hey, it's your girl Tamika Check with National Sounds and Gospel, and I am here with my girl, Miss Lala Music. Lala, how are you doing today? Yes, I am doing fantastic. Tamika is so excited to be here. You know what? I am so excited that she's here. I have one question for her. Lala, what would you say to those people who said that you wouldn't make it? Well, you know, my grandmother told me a long time ago to never let anyone dim my light, and now I'm an award-winning gospel artist. All praise to the Most High. Well, amen. You guys heard it here first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Lala Music, man. Shout out to Lala Music, man. Again, you can all go follow her at Lala Music on Instagram, Lala Music on YouTube, Lala Music on Facebook and Twitter. All right. This is what I'm talking about, man. So, you know, as we continue to try to push the envelope in our community, I know you've seen them fringes and borders of blue. I know you've seen them. Huh? Sister Shia, what you think?
I absolutely loved it. Absolutely.
Loved it? Con. All praise and glory, man. We're going to definitely send a shout out to the sister, man, empower her to keep doing what she's doing, representing the Most High in Christ, man. All right, Joshua, man, what's up, man? We're going to get back to this smoke, you heard? We're going to get back to this smoke.
I think that song was on topic, dealing with the light. You can't dim my light. I think that was on topic, man, because reflection and refraction, that was brought up tonight in this discussion, man. Hey, this is for all the marbles, man. This is for the gusto. Somebody got to come up out of this alive, man. Who's going to be, man? We about to see.
Look, man, arms about to be swinging, man. This right here is fight or flight, man. This is the moment. This is your life in the elimination chamber for $500 cash. Who will advance to the final four? We're about to find out. Palms is about to get sweaty, Joshua.
Facts. And I want both contestants to understand that when you're in the interrogation round, you're the interrogator. Your job is to interrogate your opponent with questions, not bring you information, not another presentation round, but question your opponent, pressure your opponent. Also, the interrogator has the control of the floor, right? So you have to, acquiesce to the questioner. You can't do your own thing. So I just want both debaters to understand it before we get into it. They both agreed to 10 minutes each in the interrogation round. James went first, so he will be opening the floor with questions.
Yeah, man, we don't want to turn into a damn wrestling match, okay? The one that's asking the questions has the control of the floor. The man that's receiving the questions must yield. All right, let's keep order here. Scripture says, "Do all things with decency and order." But you brothers about to fight. Now is the time. Your life is on the line. Let's go, man.
Salakia, real quick, just to make sure, I'm running the time nonstop, right? And so they'll get the same 2-minute warning that they got during their rounds, correct?
Correct.
All right. Salakia.
All right, let's get it.
All right, man. Y'all turn on your cameras. We're going to put y'all side by side and let y'all duke it out, man.
We can start.
James, you ugly as that one thing, boy.
Hey,
You
man, you
first.
should
Go
be
ahead.
ready
I'm
to take
listening.
that L,
I'm ready.
man. All
Go
right,
ahead.
cool, man. Okay, I'll start off the question here because I think I'm just gonna be honest. I think that last round you kind of proved my third round because almost everything you meant was a non sequitur. It ain't have nothing to do with the shape of the earth. So, what does Einstein's theory on the motion of the earth have to do with the Bible proving the shape of the earth?
Because the Bible says, as I read, you said, what does Einstein's theory have to
Yeah,
do
you
with the
talked
shape
about
of
the
the earth?
motion. You brought up
Oh no,
Einstein
because okay,
about the
I
motion of
understand
the
now. I
earth. How does
understand.
that prove the shape of the earth being round or
Because
flat?
because the Bible declares that the earth is fixed, that it shall not be moved. Okay, so if Einstein, listen, I'll reread the verse. Let me read the verse.
How does that prove round or flatness of the earth that it's not moving? It could be a stationary sphere, or it could be stationary and flat. How does that doesn't
Well,
prove
you
whether
don't
it's
you don't believe a stationary spirit. I'm getting back to the information
not.
so I can read the verse.
Well,
This is
no,
the
no,
verse.
no. I got control of the time. I'm just asking you,
Okay,
how does that
I'm
prove it?
answering you with a Bible verse. This is the answer
Okay.
right here. Because the earth is a complete model. It's not in part. If it's motionless, it's also flat with a dome over it. That's how. So Psalms 93:1 again says, the Lord reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he girded himself. The world also established that it cannot be moved. So if the Michelson-Morley experiment proved that it wasn't moving, right? Then Einstein's theory of special relativity and all this thing about gravity and all the movement of the earth, because that's what he was proving, is debunked because science agrees with the Bible.
Okay, I'm gonna reclaim my time because that don't prove nothing about the shape of the earth being round and flat. Neil deGrasse Tyson, you brought him up as your evidence. What shape did he say the earth was?
He said it's an oblate spheroid.
Okay, the same thing I said it was. Cool. So me and him agree. Your evidence agrees with me. Cool. What does the earth not being moved have to do with its shape, though? Like, how does that prove round or flat that it's not moving?
Because the whole argument over the heliocentric model and the geocentric model is that the earth moves or it's flat and stationary with the dome over it, okay? So if all of it goes together, if it's moving and rotating, then that's a globe, okay? But if it's flat and stationary with a dome over it, that debunks the
Why can't
curved
the earth
model.
be a stationary globe?
Because you said, why can't it be a stationary globe? Because
Yes.
that's not what your scientists have presented. They said, your scientists said, it's not stationary globe, it's a rotating, and I brought this out on my slide, and moving and rotating at over 1,000 miles an hour, and it's moving at over 66,000 miles
Okay,
around
no
the earth.
problem. So you would agree that the scientists do not say that the earth is flat?
The fake scientists who didn't do any experiments, no, they don't say that. They lie and say it's a globe and rotating, but based on your last question,
so the
you don't agree
consensus
with
of
them.
science is that the earth is a globe. Thank you. So there's no way that the Bible and science are agreeing that the earth is flat if you agree that the consensus of science is that the earth is a globe. Thank you. What does the sun being created before or after the earth have to do with the shape of the earth? Because the debate is, does science and the Bible say the earth is round or flat? Not is everything in science true? That's not the debate. So what does the sun being created, the earth being created before the sun have to do with the earth's shape?
Because if the Bible is correct and the earth was created before the sun, your scientists again are caught lying against the Bible, which proves they're not real scientists, because they say the sun was here before the earth, which would mean that the earth is a globe and the Bible's wrong and moving around the earth. But the Bible is correct. You want to finish? But the Bible is correct according to James, because he believes the Bible like I do. According to James, the earth was here before the sun, thus showing the model of the earth.
Okay, but that has, again, nothing to do with the shape of the earth, though. What does a crystallized heavens, because, I mean, again, third round, this was all the type of stuff you were bringing out, which is complete non sequitur to the shape of the earth. What does crystallized heavens have to do with the shape of the earth?
Because now science now agrees with the geocentric model. If there's a crystalline heavens over the earth and the globe model has no crystalline orb over it, because there's not one over the earth, over the globe earth, right? Then the globe earth model is again wrong and not consistent with science, which states that there's a dome over the earth, which I brought out on my slides as well, which I showed on my slides as well. And it's not consistent with the accurate model. You can't have your models mixed up into this googly glue so that you can be right, James. By the way, I see a sphere.
Okay, no. I'm taking back my time because you're doing too much. So again, is the debate, does the Bible and does the Bible and science say that the earth is round or flat, or is it the debate, is everything in science concerning the earth true? Which one is the debate over?
Is the earth round or flat according to the Bible and scientific evidence, which would include the scientific method?
Okay, and is a conjunction word, which means you combine the two, correct?
Right.
Okay, so in order for either side to be correct, they would have to actually show that the Bible and science are saying the same thing. That's what a conjunction word, you're putting them together. It means they're saying the same thing and not contradicting. So how can you possibly win if your side contradicts science?
My side don't contradict science. I showed in the debate NASA saying over a flat non-rotating earth in over 7 entries. So if that's right, and it lines up with the scriptures, I showed that the science and the Bible lines up. You just had theories, James.
Okay, can you name one respected scholar, PhD scholar in the field of science that says that the earth is flat?
Yes. He says the Michelson-Morley experiment, which proved that the earth was flat, non-rotating. I'm trying to answer.
No. I said a respected consensus. I'm talking about the respected consensus.
I'm trying to. The Michelson-Morley experiment was 2 brothers who experimented, and Michelson won the first, based on his experiment, to prove that the earth was not moving, in 1907, won the first Nobel American Prize for a science experiment. That's respected a Nobel Prize. Again, if the earth ain't moving, it's flat and stationary. He won his prize. Einstein suffered for it.
Is he alive today? I'm talking about somebody. I'm talking about a respected scholar. I said today, in the field today. A respected scholar in the field today that says the earth is flat.
My bad, I was doing my family out. Today? Not that I can think of today, not that I can think of right now.
Okay, so the consensus of modern science again is not that the earth is flat.
2 minutes.
You know, the modern consensus of books is that Jesus is a white man, but we don't believe everything that they say. But go ahead.
Another non sequitur, as y'all can see. He's good at that. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross Jr. over here good at the non sequitur.
That, Ross wish he had this much swag.
All right. You brought up an image earlier that you said was the depiction of what the ancient Israelites saw the earth as. What ancient Israelite drew that picture?
Nah, I didn't say an ancient Israelite drew the picture. If you paid attention, I wrote that down actually. I said this is a model of what they believed it looked like. I didn't say an ancient Israelite.
Okay, cool. Got you. So what ancient Israelites' writings is this model based off of then?
Well, let me read. You mind if I read the answer? Is okay with you?
Yeah, as long as they're going to give me a name.
All righty, let me get to my slide. I didn't get a chance to bring this one out in the information. All right, Alexander Gleason, he says this right here in 1917 in the Anacalypsis. He says, if we suppose man to have arrived at a high point of mental culture 500 or 600 years before the entrance of Aries into the sun, into Aries, the calculation will show that this will have given him time to have had knowledge from astronomy of the approach of the comet in 29 centuries, in consequence of the prejudice, for it really is prejudice, against the Negro, I ought rather to say against the possibility of a Negro being learned and scientific arising from an acquaintance with the present Negro character, I admit with great difficulty the theory of all early astronomical knowledge of the Chaldees, who were Negroes, Chaldees having been acquired or invented by his race, and that the Chaldees were
Another
originally
non sequitur.
Negro.
How is that proven?
I'm trying to, bro. I'm trying to read it, bro. You want me to prove?
Can you get to the point of
I'm
the
reading
scholar?
information,
No. The ancient
And that is
Israelites.
time. That is your time.
I was trying to bring out, bro. All right. Let's get to these questions. Okay. Hey, James, can you provide one reputable scholar since the theory of gravity has come out who has proven that gravity is a fact and not a theory?
Okay, well, I think you misunderstand the scientific discussion.
No, can you answer the question?
But I am answering the question. You can't tell me how. I can answer it how I want. You
I just need a name.
Let me answer the question. If you don't want me to, then just keep moving forward without allowing me to answer. But if you're gonna allow me like I allowed you, then allow me. All right.
I'm not gonna allow you like you allowed
Again,
me.
the
The
question on the table is about the scientists questioning when it comes around gravity. There's no question around whether gravity is a fact or not a fact. The question around is gravity a foundational force or not? No, gravity is not. Well, the prevailing argument.
So no, thank you very much.
No,
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. James is clear.
Right, cool.
The Earth is the theory of gravity is only theory, and it's not a fact. Science ain't about theory, it's about what we can prove. Remember, I brought out the scientific method. Must be observable, measurable, repeatable. Nobody has proven gravity, even though James believes in it. Okay. Hey, James, how do you answer for my slide number 23 when I showed that the Chicago skyline was still visible from Stevenson, Michigan, which is over 54 miles of curvature, and it should have had more than 626 meters or 2,055 feet of curvature between Stevenson, Michigan, and Chicago. Where did the curvature go?
Well, it's not where did the curvature go. You should still be able to see the skyline. But if the Earth was flat, you should be able to see the base of the buildings as well. You can't see the base of the buildings. All you can see is the skyline, and that is based on the curvature. I actually, again, was in the Navy for 4 years. What I did was stand on the bow of ships and notice the curvature of the Earth, how we could tell how far away an object was from us, especially a ship.
All right, that's fine. I reclaim my time.
Comes over the horizon, brother.
I reclaim my time. If you looked at the slide carefully, what you actually see is the base of the towers, and then right here, what you see, it says the highest tower in Chicago, the Willis Tower, is 1,452 feet high. The total height was 2,055. We shouldn't have been able to see any of them according to the current formula given by globe earthists, which you agree with. Next question.
Disagree.
It's okay if you disagree. This ain't your time. Next question. You didn't answer the question. You couldn't prove it. James. Let me get to my next question from the Bible. Let's get a Bible. All righty. Here we go, right here. Okay, in Joshua chapter 10, verse 12, right? Then spake Joshua unto the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou up, Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ahijalan, right? So, hey, why would Joshua tell the sun to stand still if the sun was already standing still?
Okay, it goes back to what I was saying about phenomenological language, which actually deals with how you see something and not scientific discussion around it. So that's what this deals with. Again, that's all your third round was about.
James, I appreciate
misunderstanding
phenomenological.
phenomenological.
Hey, James, next question. You cut, boy. Hey, I remember I cut you in the preliminaries that day. This happened again. Hey, James, the Bible says in Revelation 1:7, behold, he coming with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth because of him, even so, amen. On the globe earth model, you talked about light shining on one side and darkness being on the other side. On the globe earth model, right? How can we all see Christ at the same time, James?
Well, we're talking about a spiritual second coming, something that again deals with phenomenological language, idiomatic language, which again you seem to struggle with. You seem to take everything literal, even if it's poetic or a vision.
Yeah. So James can't tell us how Christ is going to be seen over the earth, right? Without it being spiritual or idiomatic language. The same thing all the Christians say, it's spiritual, idiomatic, man. You know, when they can't explain something. Look at him smiling. He know it's true. Yeah, it's right. You cut, look, nigga.
You wasting your time.
Hold on. Hey, get off my time. Get off my time. You
That's
cut.
all I'm laughing
And the world see it. Hey, James, watch this. The whole globe see it. Ah!
Let's go, Rick Ross Jr., man. What you got?
Get off my time, man. Get off my time. So James is cut, and there's no way that Christ can return if the earth is a globe and every eye see him. But you can on the model that I presented. You can on the model that I presented. That's why I roll with real science over what James is saying. Okay, James, this is a freebie right here, James. How many sources did I prove from NASA that said flat, non-rotating Earth?
0.
You lying on camera. Caught him again. James, next question. Did you run out of ammo for the third round?
No, sir, not at all.
Yeah,
I still got more if you need it.
This look bad, James. This look bad. Let me get another one in. Let me get another question in. Hey, James.
Yeah, quit with the nonsense.
Hold on, James. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Mute your mic. Listen, James, remember I said the scientific method is repeatable, observable, right? Has anybody ever repeated water sticking to a ball the way water sticks to a globe? If so, what's their name? Has anybody repeated that scientifically?
No one on
Nobody
Earth has hold on, let me answer the question.
Nobody
you gotta let me finish. Nobody on Earth has had an object as big as the Earth to do it with, brother, or else they couldn't do it on Earth.
Yeah. Hey, James, do we scale everything in the world? It's over. Look at this nigga. He know it. It's over. Nigga can't stop smiling. That nigga pink, he tickle pink.
Hey, man, you right, because I'm just noticing your time ticking by as you shouting and yelling.
Okay. Hey, James, why do helium balloons defeat gravity? Why do helium balloons escape gravity?
Escape gravity? Can you give me an example of a helium balloon escaping gravity? I've never seen that before.
I thought everything supposed to get pulled to the earth. He trying to burn up time right now, y'all. Look at him. He's smiling again. He caught. Listen, because whenever you release anything, it drops to the earth, right, James? So when you release a helium balloon, does it obey gravity or does it go up and go against gravity? Which one?
It eventually obeys gravity.
Huh?
It eventually obeys gravity and comes down.
I ain't say eventually. I say when you release it.
That's the rules of gravity.
Listen, when you release
it obeys gravity and comes down.
You can't. Listen, when you release that.
Yes, nigga. I mean, how many times I gotta say yeah?
Yeah. Listen, when you release that balloon, what happens, James?
When you release the balloon, because hey, it goes up in the air and comes down.
It's over, brother.
It goes up and comes down.
2 minutes.
Yeah. So, James lying. Listen, when you James, when you release the helium
when there's no more helium in that balloon, it goes down.
Now you talking. Okay.
That's gravity coming into play.
Now you
the
go.
Helium is lighter than the air. The helium is lighter than the air in the
pat your head for me because I can't reach you. That's a good boy right there. I got you, James. I got you good. I got you, James. I got you. Now listen, when you release the helium balloon, it goes up. If the earth was a globe, right? If the earth was a globe, listen. If the earth was a globe and gravity was right, see, the heliocentric model is right. The geocentric model is right over the heliocentric model. Therefore, gravity only fits with the globe earth, not the geocentric model. So when he releases that balloon, what I proved in slide 35, you should have been paying attention instead of running out of ammo. What I proved is buoyancy. And that the balloons work because of buoyancy, not gravity. That's that same face little kids make when they know their mama caught them lying. Huh, mama? Why you finna get your tail toe up? Get over here. Get over here. That's what it is. Okay. Next question. Hold on, let me get my final question. Hey, James, can you show me any snipers in the world and long-range shooters by name who said that they account for the curve or the rotation of the earth, which is Coriolis, when they firing long-range weapons?
I know none directly by name, but it is a practice. No, let me finish. Hold up, brother. You gotta let me answer the question.
But I did.
But
you said you know none.
You said you know none. It is a standard practice of snipers to do that.
Precepticons in the building. Is this another dub? Yeah! Yeah! It's over for thou, man. James, you shouldn't have asked for this. You shouldn't have asked for this. You shouldn't have asked for this.
Hey, he a comedian if nothing else, man. He a comedian. Stand up comedian. You heard me? I pay the white.
Just like that.
I'm rolling, man. I'm rolling.
Yo, is that a victory? Yeah. Yo. Oh, praise and glory, man. Yo, Joshua, man. If it wasn't nothing else, it was entertaining. I'm gonna tell you right.
Oh man, it's crazy. Hey, but what is the name of this tournament again? The Elimination Chamber. Somebody going home, Jeremiah. Somebody going home.
Somebody is about to catch a body, right? Somebody is about to catch the body, man. Bring them judges up, man. Bring them judges up. Okay?
Y'all know the
protocol. I know what time it is. Mm-hmm. It's time for palms to get sweaty, man. That's what time it is. Right? All right, so what I need right now is for the judges to text their vote.
Yeah. We want y'all to DM your votes to us because we don't want one judge to have influence over another judge's adjudication. So we're going to give you guys time to DM your votes to Jeremiah or myself and let us know who you had winning. And then we're going to call on each judge, and then you have to explain your pick live. But first, we want you guys to send it to us. So we're waiting on you guys to give us that. Again, the title is the Earth Round or Flat according to the Bible and scientific evidence? This is the Elimination Chamber. These guys fought for their life tonight. Somebody moving on to the Final Four, the semifinal. Somebody got to go home, man. Somebody going home. And guess what? After the decision, I don't want no phone calls. You better call Tyrone. You hear me? You better call on Tyrone. That's who you better call. Don't call my phone.
Right, man. So look, let's get it straight. Right? Somebody is about to catch a body, man. Joshua, man, it's over for somebody. Somebody gotta go home. Somebody gotta go home. And these brothers put on an excellent fight, man. But the dead man is here. The dead man is here. Somebody got to catch a body. Let me see if I got any text messages, Joshua. Let me see if I got any text messages. I got one. Remember, judges, we're going to call on you so you can deliberate why you chose.
All right, I got one too. We waiting on one more.
All right. Hey, man. You got yours, Joshua?
We ready. We got all three then. Let's get it.
We turn the dead man down a little bit. All right, let's go, man. Who you got first, Joshua?
Man, let's go with my brother Ratchet, man. Ratchet Craig. OG, who you got winning and why?
Man, shout out to the source, man. I love this
Yeah.
debate, man. It was fire. It was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Fire, man. Super fire, man.
Y'all, man, this was like a main event. This shouldn't be like a finals to me, man. It was that good. But they started off rough. You know what I'm saying? They started off rough. They was in each other's head. Chaos. Then we got a little order. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, I got to go out and give it to my brother Giant Cassel, man. Uh, you already know he walked it down for me. He walked it down. It was looking a little rough in the first round. It was head to head, but I do think that third round when Giants kind of took some of those scriptures away from him, and he collaborated the two. Right, they was in conjunction with each other, which the debate was titled it. He used the science to back up the scriptures and I seen the vision. I kind of did see this flat earth model that I wanted to see. Because all I want to do is picture it in my brain, this flat earth model. And Giants would have been up out of here. I just didn't never get a chance to picture this flat earth model. But I give my vote to Giant Cassel. And congratulations, Giants, for me. And congratulations to the other brother. You fired, bro. I ain't going to lie. So, yeah, that's my vote.
Man. All right, folks. Well, we appreciate y'all showing up. It's over. James Cassel is the winner. And I apologize. It's over for now. It's over for now.
You funny, man.
Hey, all right. So after the first judge, I usually like to go to the audience. Y'all go ahead and put a 1 in the chat for James Cassel. Put a 2 in the chat for our brother Iz. 1 for James, 2 for Iz. Let me hear from y'all, family. Y'all been here for the whole 2 hours and 6 minutes, man. So we appreciate y'all. We want to hear from y'all, right? We're going to have an after show on the on Clubhouse, man. Y'all come hang out with us. You know how we get down. Y'all want to grill these brothers. We're going to allow you to do that, right? But right now, we're going to go to the next judge. Let's go to Yawasop. Ram Gadal in the building, man. What's going on, family?
Hey, shalom. I think it was extremely entertaining, hilarious, very informative debate. Very informative as well. I learned sitting here on both sides. I go round for round. I think round one, James clearly took round one. Round two, I would call it a draw. I think it was both were kind of even on both sides. Round three, I have to give it to Iz. James kind of like all he did that round was kind of rebuttal. I kind of was looking for some more things to validate his side. So with me, it'll be to the Q&A round. And I think it's obvious, not just from the questions, but also from the energy. I think Iz got it, man. So my vote will go towards Iz. That's my vote.
All right.
1-1. 1-1 down the middle.
We got a split decision. All right. Nehemiah in the building.
He bros, what it do? Hey,
Sure.
Especially for a brother who's, I had no particular decision or, no side in it. Hey, this was very good for me, man. I have no clothes. I'm listening. Brother James came out with the historians, the Hebrews. He broke out with the definitions and all the brothers, how he came to his globe, his whole breakdown of understanding. I thought, Iz was a little weak in the beginning. That's my personal, no issues, Iz. No issues, bro. I thought the middle, again, I agree, was a tie, but hey, I ain't gonna lie. Iz gave me that behind the eye. He came with that, boy. And then the Q&A, man. He came with it, bro. And then he hit them NASAs. He used all that NASA against them, boy. Ooh, wee. Ooh, we. He used all the scientifics against itself, baby. That was it for me, man. So I have to give it to Iz, bro. No, I have to give it to Iz, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When he hit him, and look, and when James scored it, oh shit. When James scored it, I said, ooh. I was like, good. Hey, man. Hey, this was a good one. Hey, shouts out to both of them, bro. Yo, shouts out, family.
Con, well, James, valiant effort, man. Valiant effort, man. I respect this brother tremendously, right? Respect this brother tremendously, man. James Cassel, great showing, brother. You got any words for the people?
Nah, it is what it is. That's all I gotta say. It is what it is.
Hey, man, quit talking about me, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Brother Iz, congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. Any words for the family?
Man, all praises to the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High, man. First thing first, all praises to the Most High. Super grateful, man, to the Lord, man. Man, all praise to the Most High. You know, overcoming. I told everybody on Clubhouse, I had a fight on my hands. I said, James is a smart brother, man, and I knew what I was up against, man. So I did not want to take this brother lightly, man, by any means, man. So I'm grateful, man. You know, again, all praise to the Most High, to the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach. You don't know about that, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, Lord is saving this joint, another dub for the home team. We in this joint. Shout out to the judges. I really appreciate y'all being fair and unbiased, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I appreciate Source Debate League, man, for hosting the excellent debate. Appreciate the audience, the family. Shout out to Raymond. What's going on, fam? Also to my brothers, the Precepticon family, man. You know, y'all know what it is. We in this joint. Precepticons in the building all the way to the top. You know, man, I appreciate everybody helping me get busy studying on this. All my brethren, my family, man, looking out. You know, it's all good. And I love my mama. What else you want me to say?
All right, family. We appreciate that, man. Hey, Joshua, man, is that it for the are we all the way in the Final Four? This was the last match, right?
Yeah, it is going to the finals. I'm watching you, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't never had a split decision. Just remember that, brother. You see, I got this. I got this. No judge had to think about picking me. I'm just gonna let you know that right now, brother. Y'all. Yeah, the yap. Hold on real quick. Because I said the same thing to Malachi. It's still a yap brother with the damn belt. So I'm waiting on you to come to Mount Olympus and see Zeus. So I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you, bro.
We over on Mount Zion. Yeah.
Hey, okay, climb Mount Zion and meet Lucifer. However you want to put it, brother. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you, brother. I'm waiting on you. Let's
Talk
get
to him, man. Scholastic Bully, man. Source Debate League champion, man. It's real out here in these fields, man. Right? Elimination Chamber.
Congratulations, brother.
We're getting ready for the Final Four. We're gonna have the new brackets. We're gonna be presenting all that to y'all next week, man. It's going down. We're gonna get these preliminaries out the way. We're gonna enter into this Final Four, man. Right? As you can see, the Scholastics is moving up and up, man. Right? One of our most powerful debates yet. Great job by you brothers, man. Sincerely, man. James and Iz, great job, man. The people was informed. The people was entertained, right? The people was able to take a real glimpse at what scholarship looks like, man. So, man, that's what it is, man. It's going down here at the Source Debate League, man. Right? Brothers fighting for their life. One loss and you out.
Hey, can I say something, Jeremiah?
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, hey, for the people that's in here still, hey, check this out. I've been saying round earth, murder flat earth in debates, right? Again, it's how the person brings across the information, right? We're judging on the information that's presented, right? And how they present the information, right? And removing personal biases. That's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with. So, look, I've seen round earths murder flat earth, right? That's why I told you I don't have a personal pick because I've seen the greats on both sides, you know. So again, I really enjoyed the energy. I enjoyed the scholarship from both of the brothers, and definitely both of my Israelite brothers. So my hats off to both of them. So all praise to the Most High for the Source League. All praises to these brothers that then allowed us to sit on their platform and share time and space. And hey, shout out to my sister. Hey, that timing, boy, she kept it. Hey, hallelujah. Whatever I said, done.
All praise to the Lord.
Man. Hey, that kept my attention. Nothing else did.
I had to redeem myself last time. We ain't gonna
Hey,
talk
hallelujah, man. Hey, blessings to everybody who was in attendance, man. Hallelujah.
Yeah, Maya. Let's promote what we got going next. We moving on to the semifinals, the final four. We got our brother Avery versus Malachi, and we got our brother Iz versus Professor Matt. So these brothers will be having a preliminary coming up the following week, and we'll get these debates out to you guys as soon as possible. We appreciate the judges sacrificing their time away from their family and their busy lives to be a part of this. We appreciate the audience for coming in and showing your love and watching our content. Stay tuned, because we're at the final four. We're almost at the end of this. Somebody walking away with $500 and a title shot towards my belt, the heavyweight champion of the Source. And I just need to remind everybody, Jeremiah, the heavyweight champion of the Source is Yap.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, man, get him up in here, bro. I see young Tubi up in here.
All praise and glory, man. Yo, man, again, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Listen, like, subscribe, man. Y'all got to do me a favor, hit the like button, man. Y'all got to hit the like button. Help us out here, man. They trying to shadow ban us, right? They don't want your phone to get the notification when we go live, right? So stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, right? We're going to give you the notification. They don't want to give you the notification. We're going to give it to you in those other medias, all right? So stay tuned at the Source, man. And with that being said, somebody call a bot.
Little motherfucker gonna try to rob me. Well, I'm gonna show you how we do it up here in Benton, you know. I wasn't trying to rob. Shut up! Why I bust a cap up in you. Now who sent you? No.
Source up, we standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
All nuts of the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you messed up. So fess up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. Source up, we standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
All nuts of the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you messed up. So fess up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. Sword clown, know that it's over like it's the fourth down. We the Source now, hear a big bang with tanks on ground. More than the scrimmage, yeah, we forcing the Senate, yeah, we pushing no limit, leave the fight with no blemish. You the hometown, but you not receiving no privilege. We gon' do you bad, rape, rob, and pillage. But we nothing like the white man. I can see that you a big fan. Every time we go live, I see you in the damn stands. Watching and plotting, I see that you stalking a bit.
Yes.
You laughing at people, they seeing you taking.
Here's the definition of plagiarism. The practice of taking someone else's work and reusing it.
Crazy ass nigga, we the Source, yeah, we cite source. Spitting hot flames more hotter than hot sauce.